Rather have my phone for quick doom scroll access.
Yeah. My eyes are not good enough to see.
If the phone would fall out.
Referees, please line up for introductions. Referees, please line up for introductions. We're doing introductions this time. Danielle. Referee.
And I'll call it out. What's the highest rack height you have?
Where do you want the jury to be? However, Gino remembers the names.
All right, platform. I'm going to introduce the referees. They're all volunteers. They volunteer their time and their services. They come from far and wide. As I introduce each one individually, give them a quick round of applause. Over on platform 1, our chief referee is David Brinko. Give me a wave. Where is he? Oh, that's perfect. Is David over there?
That was this morning.
That was this
Oh,
morning.
this morning session? Actually making me look like an idiot.
Canada's super competitive.
Lifting keeps getting better and better, I think. It's good volunteers and spotters and loaders out there keeping everybody safe.
We're producing some of the best lifters on the planet.
The level of Canadian powerlifting rising so quickly is really cool.
First flights, no more changes to your openers. We're gonna get ready. DJ, give me some music. Turn it up a little. Let's light this crowd up. The morning crowd was horrible. They were half asleep. That's good. Thank you, boss.
All right, we are back for our afternoon session for the 2026 CANPL National Powerlifting Championships. My name is Mark Magnuson. I'm here with Maria Wilqueen. Say hello.
Hi guys, really excited to be here for this session.
We are on platform 2, and we are starting with our 84 open women. Our first lifter is Corrine Donovan, opening at 142.5 kilos. So I am excited to watch the ladies this afternoon. We should have some good battles.
Yeah, especially in this 84 open, Jessica Bittner is one to watch, but I think the battle for second and third will be quite close for a few lifters.
I agree with you, yeah, absolutely. Corrine with a good opener. We had some good sessions this morning. We had a nice battle in the 120 Open Juniors, and we had a battle for second and third in the 105 Juniors. Excel with 145 for her opener. Nice and deep, good opener.
Yeah, it looked pretty smooth, as these openers should.
They should. Your opener should be something you can do in the gym. So nicely done. Isabel is next with 152.5 kilos. One thing I've noticed as I've been doing a number of sessions here is how many junior and young lifters there are coming out of Quebec lately. There are tons of good lifters coming out of Quebec.
Even just some of the juniors that are moving into the open class are definitely making a statement. So
absolutely.
It's exciting to see the sport grow.
I know a couple of the coaches from Quebec, so I get a little bit of information that way. Isabel with her opener.
Come on, Rafael.
Looked pretty smooth.
Yep. Nicely done. We're off to a good start here. I want to say that's Kashia, I think it is. Opening at 160. She's been to nationals before from British Columbia. There we go. Well, Gino just corrected me. Keisha. Just prior to us coming on air, we had recognition and announcement of the referees for the final sessions here. A number of these referees have been working all week, multiple sessions. So thank you to all of them. Aisha with a good opener as well.
Yeah, and shout out to the spotters and loaders who have been putting in a lot of work this week to help these sessions run.
I know there's at least 2 groups of spotters that traveled here and spent the whole week here. So Paige with 160 on her opening attempt. We have had Top Set Media doing all of our media for us. We had a little glitch at the beginning of the week with the power issues, connecting to power, and since then we've been fine. It's been great all week. Appreciate the information, the data page that we have, also the live screen that we have. It's been great. Another nice smooth opener.
All right, Renew's up next. She's from BC. This is her first nationals at 84 kilos. She used to compete in the 84 kilo plus division, so excited to see what she's going to do today.
Absolutely. 165 on the bar. It's interesting when people make weight class changes, and sometimes they make them to fill out, sometimes they make them and they realize, okay, this is where I need to be. And at other times you realize I can keep my strength and go down a class size or a weight size.
Exactly.
For some of us older lifters, it's typically going up. We're not going backwards typically.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That looked smooth.
Yeah, good opener for her. Brooklyn with 185 on the bar. I believe Brooklyn went to NAPFs last fall.
She did, yes.
Yeah, because I was there as well. So I remember her lifting. Strong lifter, opening at 185, 407. We're now over 400 pounds. 407 pounds on the bar.
She's definitely in contention for a podium spot today.
I think so, yeah, absolutely. I believe she finished second at NAPFs. Nice opener.
Looked fast.
Marianne, 197.5 for her opener. Another one of those lifters from Quebec that I was talking about. She has also done NAPF regionals as well as nationals on a number of occasions, and she's been to Worlds.
She has been to Worlds in 2021.
Yeah, so lots of experience.
Sweat meat t-shirts, meat sweatshirts, all available in the lobby. Or go in the back and see Mofo Apparel. Here comes Philly, here. Marianne gets the rack.
We have one more lifter in this opening round of squats. That's the name you mentioned a little bit earlier. Oh, two more, two more.
So Christine's up next. She's been coaching all week and also competed equipped and bench only. So
I've seen that. That can take a toll.
But she's been in the sport for a long time, so expecting some good things today.
Exactly. She's opening with 200 kilos on the bar, too. She's another one of those lifters that I expect will be contending for a podium place.
For sure. She's got a big pull, too, so I'm sure it's going to come down to the last lift today.
Good opener for Christine. And our last lifter in this first round, Jessica Bittner with 202.5 on the bar. Jessica has a wealth of experience. She is one of probably our best known Canadian lifters.
Looks like they asked her to replace the bar there.
A re-rack, yeah. Got lots of time.
Yeah, the lifters have 1 minute to get the squat command from the head judge there. So
I wonder if there might have been a soft knee issue.
Yeah. There you go.
Jessica Bittner.
Okay, let's see what the refs think of that one. 2-1, good lift. Again, that's knees not locked or double bounce. It probably was a soft knee issue.
Yeah, but they only need 2 white lights, so that's still a good lift, and all our lifters are on the board.
Exactly. All have successful first openers. We are at the top of the second round of squats here. Excel with 152.5.
Axel. Bar strength for Matthew. 360 kilos. Platform 1. Give Matthew a round of applause.
I noticed our audience filled up quite quickly for this last session.
Yeah, it's
we have
definitely a full house.
standing room only at the back. Good lift for Excel.
Seems like her best squat in comp was 155, so definitely on par to hit a PR today.
Karine with 155, which is a 12.5 kilo jump for her. One of the things I've talked about with other people during the week is as you get into the heavier weight classes, you'll see larger jumps from first to second and second to thirds.
Here comes Jerry. Then Raphael.
Good, kept her brace.
Yep.
And a good lift.
3 white lights.
Isabel with 162.5, a 10 kilo jump for her. Our spotters and loaders are moving quickly. We're moving through the squats very quickly here.
Yeah, very efficient.
Yep.
Bars ready for Isabel on platform 2, 162.5.
So a nice 10 kilo jump here from her first.
Then Keisha. Three white lights for Jerry. Here comes Raphael. Fictional Dibble.
Smooth second for Isabel.
3 white lights.
3 white lights for Isabel. Here comes.
So as we move further into bench press and then into deadlifts, it'll become more important in terms of weight selection. And part of that process, of course, is the coaching that's taking place in the back and the warm-ups. We have coaches in the back. Some have provincial coaches. Some have their own personal coaches that were able to make it here. And especially as we get into deadlifts, there's going to be some gamesmanship as people are moving around, either trying for first place or trying for a podium position.
Especially at these national competitions, it's really important to build a total and make attempts. So some good attempt selection so far. Looked like a good second.
Yeah.
3 white lights on 1, 3 white lights on 2.
So again, if you see people, in a certain position in squats, their position might change during bench, but even more importantly, can change dramatically during deadlifts.
For sure.
When you typically see some big weight swings, increases on deadlifts as people are trying to find a placement, whether, as I said, on the podium or in first place.
Bars ready for Jacob.
Paige with 170 on the bar, a 10 kilo jump for her.
Looked pretty good. 3 white lights.
Yeah.
Renew with 175.
The nice thing about this, powerlifting is somewhat of a visual sport in the sense that the reds are the most important plates on the bar. They're the heaviest on the bar. And so when you see that visual of 3 reds or 4 reds or 5 reds, it's kind of a thing that I think is subconscious in a lot of lifters' heads.
Yeah.
There's
It's always nice to load the 3 reds, hey?
always a special number.
Then Brooklyn and Christine. The bars ready. Vince, thank you. Here comes Vince.
Looks pretty smooth.
Yep.
3 white lights.
Good lift. Brooklyn jumping 10 kilos to 195. 429 pounds on the bar.
Here comes Brooklyn. Higgs. Bars ready for Brooklyn. Higgs, 195 on the bar. And Christine and Jessica. And that's no lift for this.
I like the little fish shake Brooklyn does.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible. That's what it reminded me of.
It's cool to see each lifter's setup. Everyone's just so unique, but it's important to have a routine before you step into the bar.
Idiosyncrasies, little superstitions, little things they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, smooth.
That's a great second. She's going to put some more weight on the bar for her third.
For sure.
Christine with 207.5, adding 7.5 kilos to her first. We are now talking about these lifters lifting over 2 times their body weight, 2.5 times their body weight at this point. This is also an Alberta squat record for her. 2.5 kilos over the Alberta current squat record.
Looks good.
Yep. Good.
And a new provincial
record for her. All right, that's the first one on our platform this afternoon on platform 2. Jessica jumping 7.5 kilos to 210. She got her first one. She had to re-rack it for probably soft knees. She just wasn't quite locked out.
Yeah, that's an easy fix.
Yep, she came back. She fixed it. Let's see how this one goes. There we go. Quicker start.
She stuck with it. Good patience there.
And Jessica's known as a grinder. She will grind out lifts.
Yes.
Good lift for her. Marianne is going to wrap up our second round of squats here with a big 210 kilo attempt, which is a 12.5 kilo jump for her. And she's looking at a Quebec record, provincial record. So she would jump the Quebec record by 1.5 kilos here.
And I believe this is her own Quebec record at 208.5.
Okay. Nothing wrong with breaking your own record.
It's always a nice feeling.
It's a good feeling. That means you're making progress.
For sure.
I think she's got it. Good lift for Marianne and a new provincial record.
So she squatted that provincial record in 2022 at their provincial. So exciting to make progress here.
Yeah. We are back to the top of the order, third attempts here. Axel attempting 160. A nice 7.5 kilo jump for her third.
Her best squat in comp is 155, so this would be a nice 5 kilo PR for her.
5 kilo PR for her. Oh.
It's a great third attempt.
Yep, that's a great attempt selection.
And 3 white lights, good lift.
Karine attempting 165. It's a 10 kilo jump from her previous lift.
And this would be a 2.5 kilo PR if she were to make this. Her previous best being 162.5.
With 3
Really good patience through that
Nicely done.
sticking point.
Yeah. And a good lift for Kareem.
And a nice 2.5 kilo PR.
Yep. Isabel with 170 on the bar. 7.5 kilo jump.
Again, her best squat in comp prior to this was 167.5, so another 2.5 kilo PR if she were to make this.
We noticed that a lot with the juniors. Juniors tend to develop quicker because they're new to the sport.
Yeah.
Huge jumps, lots of PRs that were happening this morning for the juniors.
But when we get, more into the sport, when you're chasing just 2.5 kilos, that can be a big win.
As a masters lifter, any increase is a win. I'm telling you. So the juniors are enjoying these personal bests and the big jumps. Isabel with 170 on the bar.
Looks pretty good.
Oh, nice lift for Isabel. Keisha with 177.5 on the bar, another 7.5 kilo jump.
And this would be a 7.5 kilo PR for Keisha.
Oh, nice jump for her.
Yeah. She had matched her best on her second, so let's see how this moves.
I like watching the lifters, particularly the female lifters, because they tend to do it more with a very tight hand placement. They tend to have that flexibility to really get their hands behind their shoulders.
For sure.
Which is obviously a benefit. You're tighter that way.
Yeah.
The brace is better. Oh, nicely done.
Very good.
Very good third choice.
And 3 white lights. Good lift.
Yeah.
These ladies know how to squat.
No, yeah. We're not having a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Paige with 177.5 as well. Another 7.5 kilo lift for this lifter.
And Paige's best is 175, so 2.5 kilo PR here.
Oh, good grind.
And good lift.
Yeah.
All right, Renew is taking 180 kilos for her third attempt.
5 kilo jump. And we are approaching 400 pounds, 396 on the bar.
Good
Well done.
patience.
That drop to 84 hasn't hurt her much.
Yeah.
She's been doing great. Brooklyn with 205. This is a 10 kilo jump. Big jump for her on her third, but her first two have looked really good.
I believe this would be a 2.5 kilo PR
I thought
attempt.
this was around her PR. Because I think she hit that at an APFs. So.
Yeah, her best squat in comp is 202.5.
451 on the bar.
Here comes Brooklyn. And Christine. Here comes
Wow.
Oh. She's looking strong today on squats.
3 wide legs, good lift, and a PR.
Yep, she's got to be happy with that. Christine jumping 5 kilos up, hoping to add to her Alberta total to 12.5. Looking to add to our Alberta record. Her second moved very comfortably.
Nice and steady on the unrack there.
Yep.
Great spot.
Yeah. And 3 whites. She's happy with that one. Anytime you hit your third squat and it's a PR, you got to be happy.
All right, Canadian national record attempt.
Here we go. Jessica's third attempt will be both a Saskatchewan and a Canadian record. I believe that might be her record.
It's actually Jen Luther Thomas's record.
Okay.
She's the BCPA president.
Gotcha.
It stands at 218. She broke it in Moose Jaw Nationals last year.
Oh, okay, because I know Jen, the Saskatchewan record is Jen's. I know that. So she's fired up here for her third. She's chipping the record by a half kilo, 218.5, 481 pounds on the bar.
Good grind.
She's grinding. Oh, wow.
She sticks with it.
Let's see. Oh, and she gets it.
And a good
National
lift.
record for Jessica.
So just highlighting the battle of the 84s in the bottom here.
It's going to be intense.
Yeah, just a 6 kilo gap between Christine and Jess right now.
Yeah. And Marianne also has now upped it to 219. She's going to try and beat the record and chip it again by a half kilo.
Her squats have been moving really well.
They've been moving really well.
Really excited to see how this
So
goes.
this would be a Quebec record, and it would up the Canadian record Jessica just set by a half kilo. Here we go. National record attempt again on our third squats. Oh, she was so close.
So close.
Yep. We still have 4 lifters over 200 kilos for squats moving forward.
All right, we're moving into our 84 plus flight A here, flight B.
Yep. Chelsea with 150K for her opener. We have, I believe this is gonna be a combined flight. I'm not quite sure yet, I don't know. But we have a number of very strong 84 plus lifters.
I think it is, yes. They have combined the flights. There's only one flight
That
of
makes
84
sense.
plus here.
That makes sense. And we have some really prominent lifters in this class, including Mackenzie and Brittany and Eileen, I believe, are all considered contenders for the podium.
They've all have international experience, so
Exactly.
it'll be fun to watch the entire class here.
Chelsea with her opener. Makes quick work of that.
Nice smooth opener there.
Yeah.
3 white lights.
Jenny's from Saskatchewan. I've been hanging out a little bit with Jenny and Donna this week. She's attempting 160 for her opener. Jenny had a good day on equipped lifting, and she's hoping to have another good day here.
It's always so impressive to see these lifters do multiple national events in 1 week.
Well, and then some of us, not naming names, try it and don't do well.
That's a nice, easy opener for Jenny.
Very good opener. Yeah, I did it last year and it went really well. I did it this year and the 3 lift did not go well. I've had a lot of health issues though too. I was pretty banged up coming into the 3 lift.
It's hard too because you never know what the schedule will be like.
And it was the first thing Monday morning.
Yeah.
Oh, it was tough. It was tough. All right, Catherine attempting 162.5 for her opening squat.
I believe she is from St. John, so nice to have home court advantage today.
Yeah. We've had it, as you can imagine, when meets are in locales like this, you have a lot of local lifters. That was true last year in Saskatchewan. So, deep squat, really nice.
And 3 white lights.
Yeah, great opener for her. Sylvie with 165 on the bar. There we go. Still lots of time for Sylvie.
Looks smooth.
Yep.
And 3 white lights.
Good opener. Some lifters who have never been to a nationals, there can be nerves, especially in the beginning with that first squat.
Especially the first squat.
Especially the first squat. They tend to settle down once squats are done. But yeah, that first squat, if you haven't been in a big meet before, and then you've got 400 people watching, it's tough.
For sure.
Winter with 165 on the bar. This is just below her personal best.
Come on, Winter.
Looks smooth. Speaking of squats, I believe in the first flight we only had 1 missed squat.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible
That
lifting.
is incredible. That kind of percentage success rate. Yeah. Gabrielle, 175. There's that magic 3 reds on the bar. Looks so clean. 175 in the bar. Looks good. Well, maybe a depth issue on the one side. A lot of lifters will not have identical hip displacements, so one side will look a little higher than the other on many occasions.
Yeah.
I know my right one always looks higher. So it's true of a lot of people. It doesn't mean they're not hitting depth. It just means that the one side might be just a touch higher.
Yeah, and for depth, the judges are looking for the hip crease to be below the top of the knee. So again, that can look very different based on people's leverages, but still a good lift. She'll clean it up on her second. Jessica.
Jessica with 185, 407 pounds. This is well over her squat PR, 15 kilos she's opening with, And
it's always a nice feeling.
And very comfortable too.
And 3 white lights, good lift.
Yep. Nicole at 190 for her opener from Nova Scotia. So our 84 plus class, because the 2 flights are combined, will probably take a little bit longer. The max number of lifters allowed in a 3-flight event is 16. So I believe we're at probably, 15 for this flight.
Smooth.
Yeah.
$12 people in this flight. Yeah.
And the reason for the combination of the 2 flights is an unfortunate reason. is some of the lifters could not get here in time for this afternoon's event. We had a lot of weather issues across Canada. If you live in Canada, you know it's been an interesting week, and unfortunately some of our lifters could not make it. Gabriella with 200 kilos on the bar for her opening squat.
Here comes Lane.
Nice and fast.
Yeah.
3 white lights, good lift. Yeah, it's unfortunate when something out of your control takes you out from the competition, but...
And my coach was supposed to lift Monday night. His flight was booked for Saturday night.
Yeah.
He didn't make it. 48 hours later, he still wasn't here. Yeah. Eileen with 225 on the bar for her opening squat, just shy of 500 pounds.
Lainey's a fun lifter to watch. She always brings a lot of energy.
Yep.
She's reffed a few sessions this week too.
She has. She has.
And I believe she also lifted bench only.
Okay.
Looks good. 3 white lights.
Yep. 3 white lights. Good opener for her. Mackenzie also opening at 225. I believe Mackenzie went to Worlds last year.
She did. Smooth.
Yeah, very smooth and quick. And our last 84 plus lifter.
She has competed in every event this week. Bench only, equipped bench only, equipped 3 lift. She's volunteered. She's done it all.
Yep.
Canada's very own Brittany Schlater.
I've had a chance to get her on the live stream on yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And just had a wonderful conversation with her. She said she wanted to try all 4 just to see how it felt. The equipped bench was an adventure. They all laughed about that, but she was very gracious about, hey, I've never done this before. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
And now she is opening at 275 for her opening squat.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, good opener. 3 whites. And we're back to the top of the second round of squats. Chelsea is adding 15 kilos to the bar, 165. I believe this is getting close to her personal best.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just 2.5 kilos off her personal best. So I believe every one of our lifters made a successful opener.
Yep, everyone's on the board.
Really good attempt selection by coaches and athletes.
Looks pretty good. 3 white lights.
Jenny's adding 10 kilos to her opener. 170 on the bar. Jenny lifts out of Regina.
And I believe her best squat is 172.5. So
I think you're right. That's correct. She's had lots of experience. She's been to nationals a number of times and Westerns on many occasions.
she sticks with it.
Oh, I thought she'd passed that transition point for a moment there.
Everyone has a little bit of a different sticking point, but she'll be able to retake that on her third.
Yep, absolutely. Sylvie with 175 on the bar. 10 kilo jump for her. There we go. Strong walkout.
It's a good second.
Yeah.
3 white lights, good lift.
On to Catherine, 175. She's taking a sizable jump, 12.5 kilos. Her first moved really well.
Good second attempt there.
Yeah, that moved well too.
And 2 to 1.
A little bit on. I noticed her hips went out back a bit, so it might have been one hip. I think it was the left referee. So on her way up, and I know lots of lifters do this. On your way up, you might get your hips coming out a bit or forward a bit, and then you correct it.
We have Winter, 175 for her second attempt here. It's pretty smooth.
Again, our lifters are they're just not failing. A lot of successful lifts here. Gabrielle at 180, taking a small 5 kilo jump.
Here comes Oliver on one. 315 kilos.
Let's see what the judges think.
That was a depth issue.
I think it was actually depth on the right, but after she came up from the squat, she took a step back.
Oh,
so
okay. You caught her the small step?
yeah, so ideally
right.
you have to stand up and, in a controlled manner, get the rack attempt before you put the rack in.
The feet cannot move until the rack command is given.
Yeah.
Jessica, 200 kilos, a 15 kilo jump, which based on her first shouldn't be a problem. She really moved her first.
Looks good.
Yeah, good lift for Jessica. Nicole jumping 12.5 kilos up to 202.5, excuse me. We are about halfway through our second round of squats.
Yeah, moving pretty efficiently so far.
It's amazing how the crowd will go from being super quiet, waiting for a lift, to just going nuts when the lift begins.
Very smooth.
Yep.
And 3 white lights. Good lift. Gabby's up next, 210 kilos on the bar for her second.
3 white lights for Trevor. Ours ready for Gabriella. Here comes Jason Bourne. Jason Byrne. Jason Byrne opening up with 340 kilos.
Oh,
Speedy.
Yeah. Quick second for Gabriella. Eileen has made a 10-kilo jump to 235, over 500 pounds. Lots of experience at nationals. This is just below her personal best.
Looks good.
I believe she got that. She did.
3 white lights. Good
Yeah.
lift.
Mackenzie going 12.5 up to 237.5.
Her first one moved really well, so
It
this
did.
one should fly.
Oh yeah, that moved quickly again.
Definitely a good second attempt for Mackenzie.
Yeah. Brittany has added 10 kilos, 285 on the bar for her second. Just 15 kilograms short of 300, which is her world record. I believe she holds that. It's also her personal best, 300 kilograms, and this is just 15 kilos shy.
The crowd is going wild for Brittany here.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Very good
So
squat.
that'll give her more confidence going into that final third squat.
Yeah, she
Nicely
seems happy
done.
with that.
Yeah, she does. Because she's been, like, as you pointed out, she's been doing everything all week long.
Yeah,
She's been coaching a ton. She's been on the live stream with me. She's been handling in the back, like literally throwing weights for other people around for warm-ups, and then for events now.
Yep. She's giving back to the sport, but also being able to compete at her level is very incredible.
Yep.
All right, third squats. Here we go.
Yeah, third squats. Chelsea with 170. All of our lifters have been very successful with squats so far. We'll see some lifters reaching a bit, which is what you should be doing on your third.
For sure, especially these third attempts. So we'll see more maximal weights being loaded. That looked pretty good to me.
I think Chelsea had a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
She could have gone up a wee bit, but sure she's happy with that.
And I believe that was a 2.5 kilo PR for her.
And I always look at it like as long as I make the third, I'm not going to complain too much about, wow, there was another 10 kilos there.
For sure.
Jenny retaking 160, or 170, excuse me, 170. I think she got it. There may be an issue on depth. Let's see what the judge. No. Yep. Both side refs thought that wasn't deep enough. I'm sure her coach will go over and maybe ask.
Yeah, so we do have a jury here. So if there is one red light or two red lights, the jury or your coach can go to the jury and contest it.
I don't see her coach heading over there.
Gabrielle will also re-attempt 180. She didn't miss this on strength last time, just lost a little bit of balance right as she was about to rack the weight back in.
Correct. So just a tiny technical slip that's easily fixable.
The bar is ready for Zach. 310 kilos.
There you go.
And 2-1, good lift. No, I mean, and that makes sense because she kind of angled a little bit on the way up, and I'm sure that made it look the hip look a little high. But nonetheless, a good lift. Winter at 182.5. 7.5 kilo jump for her. Someone once told me they don't ask how you lift it, they ask how much you lift it.
As long as it is technically sound.
As long as it's, yep.
So close there.
Yep. Sylvie up at 185, another 10 kilo jump for her. I believe she took a 10 kilo jump from her first to a second, and now 10 kilos second to third.
Bars ready for Sylvie, then Catherine, then Jessica.
Yeah, Sylvie's best is 177.5,
wow.
so PR attempt here.
Yeah. Nicely done.
And a very successful PR there for Sylvie.
Here comes Catherine.
Catherine with 185 on the bar. She's moving up 10 kilos for her third.
Catherine coming up on 2.
Her first two went really well. See how the third goes.
Good, she
She's
sticks with
grinding
it.
it out. Yep. Yeah, good lift.
2 white lights, and I believe that's a 2.5 kilo PR for her.
Good for her. Jessica, 207.5. This is a Newfoundland record.
Always nice to set a record in your hometown.
7.5
Or
kilo
home
bump,
country.
and the net, a provincial record for her.
Her first two flew.
They did. This is a 2.5 bump over the provincial record.
I believe this is also her first national, so very impressive.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing how fast some of these lifters progress.
Yeah, her previous best was 170, and she opened well over that.
Yes. Oh, wow, look at that.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, provincial record.
And 3 for 3 for squats.
Yeah.
Great lifting.
Nicole, 210. 7.5 kilos from above her first. And she's hoping to take the Nova Scotia provincial record.
Just waiting for lights here.
All right, we're waiting for the referee's decision. And
good lift. And a 5 kilo PR for her.
222.5 for Gabriella for her third and final squat attempt. She is taking a 12.5 kilo jump.
Her second one did move really fast.
It did.
Her previous best is 215 kilos.
Nice PR jump. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yep. Good solid third. She's excited too.
I love seeing lifters get so excited after making a lift. All right, Lainey's up next, 237.5 kilos.
Small jump for her third. And sometimes people will do that. One, it might be a strength issue on the second, but another reason might be that they're conserving energy for the bench or deadlift, especially if they have a big bench press.
Yeah, and at this stage, like, it's going to be pretty close between Lainey and Mackenzie, so getting all the kilos you can for each lift is important.
Yep.
335 and all
It maybe looks like Lainey is not coming out, so she's going to be timing out for this attempt, but to respect the other competitors to make sure they still get their full rest time here.
She's put in a number. And that, again, as I point out, that may be to conserve energy for the bench press. Who knows? So we'll
let the clock run here.
Wait for Eileen to time out. And then we will have, I believe, 3 more lifters after that.
I think just 2.
Oh, just 2. Excuse me, just 2.
Mackenzie and then Brittany.
I was thinking of the 84s when I said that. 252.5 for Mackenzie on the board. It's a 15 kilo jump. She's making a big jump here on her third.
This would be a 2.5 kilo PR attempt here.
Yep. It's also a record.
I believe so, her own BC record.
Yep. It'll boost her own record by 2.5 kilos. Oh, wow.
Great third attempt by Mackenzie.
2-1. Good lift for her.
Yeah, just depth call on the right there, but nonetheless, still a good lift and a new provincial record.
Yeah. Brittany jumping 7.5 kilos to 292.5. Just 7.5 kilos below her world record.
Still lots of lifting left to go, so likely preserving energy for some bench and deads later today.
That's what I was thinking, yep. Her little idiosyncrasy, she likes to check the one side of the bar every time.
Looks good to me.
Even after the long week, she hits 292 and a half. Nice third attempt by Brittany. So we will wrap up here, and we will be moving on to bench. We'll let the spotters and the loaders set up the platform for us. We've got about a 10-minute break, and we will be back. For our afternoon session, Platform 2, Flight 1, our 84 kilo female open lifters. We're starting with Axel, starting with 72.5 kilos on the bar.
And very smooth opener for her, 3 white lights.
We will have our 84 kilo open lifters, then we'll have our second flight of 84 kilo plus lifters on bench press.
We have Corinne up next with 80 kilos for her opening bench.
We had a very successful squat session, and there weren't too many misses.
I think only one in this flight, which is pretty impressive.
Very impressive. Corinne is giving instructions to the handoff. I noticed that more and more lifters now are choosing not to get a handoff.
Yeah, it really depends on your preference and what the lifter feels like they need on the day.
Oh yeah, nice opener.
And 3 white lights.
Paige with 82.5 kilos for her opener. Yeah, I noticed that I typically will get a handoff, and especially for equipped, I will always get a handoff,
sure.
of course. But for classic, I'm leaning towards maybe not doing that anymore, only because I'm starting to feel more comfortable in the starting position and doing that just enough to get it out of the safeties. Whereas before, I felt like I wasn't quite comfortable.
Right. Yeah, it helps with just controlling all your variables too. And
With a good lift.
nice lift there, 3 white lights.
We have a lot of noise on platform 1, so you'll hear that as we're talking a little bit because they're right next to us. Keisha with 90 on the bar for her opener. This is 7.5 kilos below her personal best.
And opting for no lift off here.
Again, another nice opener.
3 white lights, good lift.
Brooklyn, 92.5 kilos, just over 200 pounds. Brooklyn had 3 really good squats. She looked comfortable.
She is currently sitting in 3rd place, moving into bench here. But again, lots of lifting left to go.
Lots of lifting. We'll give you an update on placements after bench as well, let you know where everybody stands. And then, of course, we will probably give you a running commentary on placement during deadlifts. Oh, yeah.
Very easy opener for Brooklyn. 3 white lights, good lift.
Isabel also attempting 92.5 kilos for her opener. Isabel giving the handoff instructions. Oh, yeah.
Very easy opener for Isabel, 3 white lights.
Christine attempting 95 for her opener. We have a battle in the 84s. I mean, I know it's early, but I believe if we talked about that earlier, there were, 4 people?
Yes.
Very closely bunched together at the top.
Yeah, Christine's currently in 2nd right now.
Nice lift for Christine.
Easy opener, 3 white lights.
Marianne with 97.5 for her opening bench press attempt.
These Canadians can bench. These Quebec's can bench. That's why they got $10 for the press. That's why they got bench.
This is a 2.5 kilo over her personal best. She's starting with.
Very impressive.
Yeah. And it moved very easily, too.
3 white lights, good lift.
Jessica opening at 102.5 kilos. That's probably a bigger opener than she usually would open with. She's had some real progress on her bench press lately. I know she did a special SBD event back in the fall in Austin. She's very happy with her bench press. Just 10 kilos below her personal best.
Yeah, you'll notice some of these lifters have specific lifts that they specialize in, and Jess is known as a big deadlifter.
Absolutely.
Easy opener for her.
Yeah.
But the curse of having long arms is it makes it a little bit harder to bench.
I know exactly the issue, believe me. When I bench press, my elbows go down to the ground. It's really sad.
So elbow depth is not a problem for you.
No, it's not. No, it does help with the deadlift. It's certainly not an issue during squats, but man, is it a problem for bench press. And again, then there's the advantage when you're deadlifting.
Of course.
Yep.
Renew is up next here. 105 kilos for her opening bench.
And her 3 squats moved really well, too. Yeah, she had some nice squats. They technically really sound, too.
Great opener for Renew. 3 white lights, good lift.
We are back to second attempts already. Axel with 77.5 for her second. 5 kilo jump. And close to her personal best. Our platform 1 is taking a break. So we have a better view of our platform 2 across the way. Nice second as well.
3 white lights, good lift.
So when you are you coaching as well? Do you just
I coached a little bit this week, but just competed at the beginning of the week and just here to help support our team.
What do you like and what you don't like about coaching?
It's a lot of work, right?
It's a
I
ton of
feel
work.
some people don't realize these are quite long days, long sessions, and even though it's only 9 attempts, 9 minutes on the platform, a lot of work put into training and coaching on the day, but it's fun.
It's the game day is the fun part.
For sure.
As a coach, all the work is prior to game day. I mean, there's obviously some coaching in terms of a battle if you have one.
Yes.
But there are hours and hours put in by, well, athletes too, but coaches. And I like the game day because that's kind of the reward.
Yes. Good lift by Corinne through it lights. Yeah, especially when the battles are so close at nationals. Every little lift counts.
Exactly.
You'll see all these, coaches jockeying for position, especially with last deadlifts. But it makes things interesting.
It does. Paige with 87.5 for her second. 5 kilo jump. We've got Gino doing bench press over here on platform 1. I'm not sure what's going on. Good lift for her second for Paige.
3 white lights.
Keisha with 97.5, a 7.5 kilo jump. I think he's doing the NFL bench press thing. How many reps can I get out? Keisha choosing not to use a liftoff. So there's a new rule that was, well, I shouldn't say it, it's a rule that's changed regarding hair for female lifters or male lifters too, in terms of blocking the view of the head ref. And I'm not quite sure. I know I read it recently. It used to be that you couldn't have the hair on the bench at all. It had to be tied up in a bun or kind of out of the way, and now they've allowed it to at least fall over the back of the bench.
Yes.
Okay.
I think the rule has also affected squat and deadlift a little bit more. So people with longer hair, it shouldn't obstruct the depth of your hips. So they just want the hair out of the way for that.
That makes sense.
Brooklyn with 100 kilos for her second attempt here.
7.5 kilo jump. Her first moved really well. This will tie her PR too. Oh, she's made some good progress on
Very
bench.
easy second there. 3 white lights. Good lift for Brooklyn.
We are going to have a battle in the 84s. Isabel with 100 kilos as well for her second, excuse me. 7.5 kilo jump for her as well.
Good second.
Yeah, solid second. And our lifters are, again, there's like a 99% success rate here. This is great. Christine also going to 100 kilos for her second. This is going to leave things very tightly bunched up at the top.
Solid second attempt by Christine.
Absolutely.
3 white lights. Good lift.
Marianne adding 5 to her first attempt for a 102.5 total for her second.
Yeah, solid second attempt there.
Yep.
3 white lights. Good lift.
And Jess has chosen to add 5 kilos to her opener. 107.5 for her second. Very close to her personal best, just 5 kilos below her personal best, which she hit at the Austin event I was mentioning in October.
Jessica Bittner, 107.5 kilos.
Nicely done. Nice second for her.
Great second attempt for Jess. 3 white lights. Good lift.
Another good round for our
Yeah.
bench pressers.
Renew is jumping to 112.5.
I see that. That weight cut didn't affect her at all. Clearly. She's adding 7.5 kilos to her personal best here.
Yeah, she's kept her strength really well.
Yeah. A little bit of a lag on the right, but looks like a good lift, and it is. 3 whites.
Well, let's see what they load up for her third.
Axel starting us off with our third and final bench press attempts at 85 kilos. We are currently the only platform running as there's a break on platform 1. Want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, SBD Canada, Transparent Labs, who have a booth here. They've been here all week. Inner Strength Products based out of Moose Jaw for all of your powerlifting and weightlifting needs. Great customer service and quality products. The Newfoundland Powerlifting Association with Larry Walsh as its president. We have Alico weights and equipment, world-class equipment, and we have our Hotel Sheraton as our host hotel.
Yeah, it's been a great week so far. Lots of support from these sponsors. And a very well-run meet by the Newfoundland Powerlifting Association.
And they've been awarded the NAPF in August as well, North American Powerlifting Regional.
Paige with 90 kilos for her third. And makes easy work of that.
Easy second. Or third, excuse me.
The way it moved, it could have been.
Well, I was just thinking, thirds just aren't supposed to move like that. It's supposed to be a little bit of a grind. Corinne with 95 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump for her third and final bench press.
I will say these group of lifters are quite technically sound. They know how to lift. Very high hit rates so far.
Yeah.
Good attempt selections by their coaches and handlers. Unfortunately, just not there on the day, but lots of lifting left to go.
Lots of lifting left to go. Keisha with 100 on the bar, 2.5 kilo jump for her. And also a 2.5 kilo PR too.
Bars ready on 1, bars ready on 2. Vince on 1, Keisha on 2.
We are moving so quickly through these rounds that I'm not sure the lifters are getting a lot of rest in the back.
Yeah, spotting and loading team are very efficient.
Very efficient.
Platform. She sticks with it.
Yep.
And
Nicely
3
done.
white lights. Good lift. Brooklyn's up next, 105 kilos for her third. Believe this would be a 5 kilo PR attempt.
And this will keep her within reach of the leaders.
Again, like when these podium battles are so close, every lift counts. She sticks with it. Can she finish it?
I thought she was going to get that.
Nice try, Brooklyn.
Yep, nice try. Isabel adding 5 to her second, 105 for her third.
Loaded on 1, loaded on 2. Raphael on 1. Isabel on 2. 180 kilos on 1. 105 kilos on 2. Up next is Lucas on 1. Marianne on 2.
Great lift
Yeah,
there.
nicely done.
I believe that's a 5 kilo PR for her.
Marianne adding 2.5 to 105 for her third bench press attempt.
Bars ready, Marianne. Then Christine, then Jessica, then Raymond.
3 more lifters after Marianne.
For Lucas, 180.
And then we'll move on to our 84 plus bench press.
Wow.
Nice. Oh, that's a very nice third.
It says her best bench in comp is 95 kilos, so that's a 10 kilo PR for bench. It's amazing.
She must have had a great training cycle leading up to this.
Yeah.
Because remember, she set the Canadian record on her second.
She did for squats, yep. All right, Christine up next, also opting for 105 kilos.
Nice third.
Great third attempt by Christine. 3 white lights, good lift.
Jessica going just 2.5 kilos below her personal best to 110.
3 white lights on 1 and 2. The bar's ready for Jessica Bittner, 110 kilos.
Very quick. Oh, look at that.
What do the judges think?
Oh,
and 3
she's
white lights.
happy with that.
Good lift.
Yep.
All right, Renew's going to close off this flight A with 115 kilos.
We will have, if she makes this, we will have 5 lifters within 33 kilos of each other at the top. And 33 kilos is not a lot of variance when you have 3 deadlifts left.
It's true. It's going to be a very close fight to the podium.
And of course, the reason, obviously, finishing first and winning a title at the Canadian Nationals is important, but it also is the team selection process for Team Canada as well. Just not quite enough on the day.
So currently leading the 84s, we have Jess Bittner. In second place, Christine Chan. And third place, Brooklyn. But not far behind her, Marianne at 4th and Renew at 5th. So again, going to be a quite tight battle leading into deadlifts here.
Our 84-plus lifters are getting ready to bench. Chelsea's coming out first. 72.5 kilos on the bar. It's always nice to be at a big event like this where you're going to have a tight battle. In this case, 5 individuals within 30 kilos of each other. Oh.
Very fast.
Very fast. Wait, did she leave a warm up out on the platform?
Like it.
It looks like that was a warm up. All right, Winter attempting 80 kilos for her opener.
Yeah, like you were saying with the selection process for the international teams, we're lucky to have 2 international events in Canada this year.
Absolutely.
So NAPF's in St. John's in August and Commonwealth Championships in Winnipeg later this year.
In mid-September.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely. And I know there's been some talk, and it's all just talk. They are moving the World Open from Dubai to Lithuania.
Yes.
And so there's been some talk about possibly Masters Worlds being moved. At this point, it's just talk. I'm just saying. But, you know, because one was moved, there's always then going to be conversation about what else might get moved.
For sure.
So we'll see. They would have to make that decision pretty quickly.
Yes. Because when is Masters Worlds again?
In October.
Yes.
In Reno, Nevada. So.
Gabrielle's up next here, 90 kilos for her opening bench.
And the way that works for the Team Canada selection process is if you win nationals, you are automatically given an invite. I'm referring to 3 lift at this point. If you choose to decline that, and they take the first 8, one in each weight class within a group. So if it's the Open, there's 8 national champions. If it's the M1s, M2s, etc. If a first place finisher chooses not to go, then they look at the best GL points of the second place finishers and they go down the list. And so if you finish second, there's still a very good chance you will attend an international event.
True. So it's important to apply.
It's very important to apply. So one thing I learned a few years ago is apply for everything. You can always withdraw, but get your name in there so that way you don't miss the deadline for applying.
For sure. All right, Jenny is up next here, 92.5. She's using some foot blocks here.
Yep.
So that's an option to the lifters just to give them a better position for their leg drive.
I wonder if she jumped the command. That's why she halted. Nope, good lift.
Good lift, your white
I think
lights.
almost maybe mentally she felt like she might have jumped it. And the first thing that happens is, well, then there's no point in stopping. I've done that. I've done that.
Similar to first squat, sometimes there's some nerves going into first bench.
And especially if it's not, I mean, I don't know what Jenny's best lift is, but if it's not your best lift, then there can be some, like you said, some nerves. My best lift is my deadlift. My worst is my squat. So therefore, I know where it's going to be the most stress and the least stress.
For sure.
Catherine's up with 95 kilos.
Just bear with us with the
From a
visuals
distance,
here.
it looked like a good lift.
And we're back.
And it was. Jessica up next, opening at 100 kilos. Jessica's a Newfoundland lifter. Oh, sorry, Nova Scotia lifter, excuse me. She had a very good squat session.
She did.
Yep. Everything moved really well.
And PR's on the board.
PR's on the board.
Really good first attempt by Jess.
Yes.
3 white lights.
Nicole's also opening at 100 kilos. So, for example, we're speaking about the Team Canada selections. And the other thing is, I mean, if the first place finisher applies to all of the international events, they are the first choice.
It's true.
It's rare that a first place finisher will pick every international event. So that means then there are GL point second place finishers that would be eligible, for example, North Americans or the Commonwealths, if the winner chooses to go to Worlds, for example.
Yes.
So there are lots of opportunities.
Very easy opener for Nicole. 3 white lights. Good lift.
These coaches are to be commended for the attempt selection
For
because
sure.
we have such a high success rate with these lifters. 102.5 for Sylvie.
I believe Sylvie went to Bench Worlds in Norway last year.
Okay. I was told that was a great event. And Bench Worlds this year are in Poland.
Great opener.
So in addition to lifting, you get to see exotic locales too.
Exactly.
Next year they're in Turkey.
Yes. I believe next Open Worlds next year are in Brazil.
I know, which South America has not hosted in a while.
Yeah.
So that will be fun. Gabriella with 107.5 on the bar. Yeah, I don't believe South America has hosted in probably 15, 20 years.
Europe's always a popular location.
It is.
But speaking to people from New Zealand and Australia, I think prior to the location change, they were excited about Dubai because it was a shorter travel for them.
And it actually is a hub for a lot of Asian travelers to get through to Europe and different places. So for them, it's a very common flight too. Eileen opening at 110 on the bar. I have Australian friends who say they fly through Dubai to get everywhere.
Yeah.
Eileen's getting fired up.
Very easy
Yeah.
opener for Lainey.
Yeah.
3 white lights, good lift.
Mackenzie's opening at a big 142.5. That's a great opener for her. And that is a provincial record, I believe, in BC.
152, I believe.
No, there was a correction, yeah.
But she does have the BC record
Does
at
she have it?
152,
Okay.
yes.
Maybe that, hence the graphic. They thought it was a new record. Mackenzie opening at 142.5, 314 pounds on the bar.
2 white lights on 1. Carey, 207.5 on the bar.
Oh, wow.
Great opener by Mackenzie.
Yeah, nice opener.
Yeah, we'll see if she makes a run for another provincial record today.
Brittany opening at 152.5 on the bar.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if Brittany makes this open, this will give us an early indication of where people are.
For sure.
Because we'll have one bench press under their belt. This is 15 kilos below. No, I believe it's 10. No, it's 15 kilos below her personal best, I believe. I think she hit 167.5
I think.
at Sheffield, and I think she told me she didn't go for 170. Her coach said, let's just go for the points and not try to stretch.
Yeah, sometimes in competition, it's not about PRs, but just taking what's there on the day to put you in the best position.
Yep, and adding to the total, as you mentioned.
For sure. Great opening lift by Brittany.
Yeah, great opener. One of the coaches that I like to follow who does a lot of podcasts and a lot of coaching is Matt Gary and Susie Gary. And Matt Gary's philosophy is build the total, build the total, build
Yes.
the total. 8 out of 9, 9 out of 9 all the time. And I really believe in that philosophy.
I agree.
Chelsea with her second attempt at 80 kilos. She's making a nice jump, 7.5 kilos from her opener. I don't have to tell you about whether it was successful or not because almost all of our lifters are successful in the 84 plus and 84 kilo classes.
I do remember her first being super fast, though.
It was
so
very quick. It was an opener. I think she forgot her last opener in the bag.
yeah, really good speed on that.
That looked like an opener.
Yeah.
There we go. Good for her.
She's happy with that. 3
Good
white
for
lights, good lift.
Winter opening at 85 kilos. 5 kilo jump. And of course, for those people that are trying to win a national championship or get on the podium or potentially make a Team Canada team, one of the great things about that, in addition to obviously having the chance to compete at that level, is just the connections and the people you meet on Team Canada and you make across Canada.
For sure. Yeah, with Canada being one of the biggest countries, sometimes it's pretty crazy to have everyone in one spot and exciting to lift with people all across the country.
Well, and coming out here to St. John's, who have been wonderful hosts, I mean, our country is so big that I was telling someone, because I used to teach geography and history, the eastern part of our country is closer to Ireland than they are to the rest of the country.
So I had to travel from Vancouver, and someone showed me a funny meme saying that St. John's, Newfoundland is closer to Germany, Morocco, and Venezuela than it is to Vancouver.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice try by Jenny there.
That's just the vastness of our country.
Yep, Canada's pretty big.
Yep. Gabrielle, with her second attempt at 95. One of the things I remind people that are lifting in a powerlifting meet is tell your handoff person the same instructions all 3 times on bench press.
Because they're not going to remember if you say same thing as last time.
Well, and they're hearing hundreds of different instructions.
For sure.
Just assume they haven't heard it ever.
It gets interesting when you go to international competitions and there is a bit of a language barrier. So trying to simplify your lift-off commands as best as you can in a way that is understandable.
I could see that being challenging at times. Well, and then also your spotting and loading crews, a language barrier.
Yes.
Catherine was 102.5 for her second. Nice sizable 7.5 kilo jump. Catherine's squats looked really smooth.
And through white lights, good lift.
Nicole at 105. 5 kilo jump. So we were talking about Team Canada and Team Canada selections, especially at nationals. Let's talk a little bit about the other end of the pendulum, about how to get into powerlifting. And I've been telling people throughout the week, the best way is, I would say, one, go find a local meet and go watch.
For sure.
And then the second thing I would do is get a hold of your local association, your provincial powerlifting association, and ask them how to get involved. And I mean, the athlete involvement is obviously the kind of the one most people think about, but there are so many other ways to get involved too.
For sure. You can volunteer.
You can become a ref.
So there's many avenues to get into the sport. The most common one, being a lifter.
Yes. And if you are really ambitious, you can be a meet director. Sylvia, 107.5.
Yeah, but typically to get to these nationals, lifters will have to had a local meet, provincials, a regionals under their belt.
Yeah. And that's just to make sure that, one, they're capable of hitting qualifying totals, but also that they're familiar with how the IPF works.
For sure.
Oh, nice second for Sylvie.
Yeah, pretty smooth there. Through white lights, good lift.
And, of course, I think the provinces vary in terms of whether or not you have to keep going back to provincials or regionals. I'll just say in Saskatchewan, you have to either annually lift or volunteer at provincials.
That's the same in BC.
Okay. So I think it's probably true of most provinces. Oh, there's some confusion about weight.
Yeah. So they're just checking the weight here and the rack heights and safety heights. The great thing about these combo racks is they're customizable to each lifter's leverages, and the increments between heights is much smaller than what you would find in a commercial gym.
Jessica looking at a 10 kilo jump to 110 kilos for her second, and a Nova Scotia record. This would bump up the record by 2.5 kilos.
And 2-to-1, good lift.
Okay.
Looks like a heave from the left
That's what I was
judge.
thinking too. Might have been more pronounced on the other side. Yep, but still a good lift. Gabriella attempting 115. And that's a new IPF rule as well. We actually were talking about upstairs in the referee room about that interpretation. And some people say it's simply clarifying the current rule, and others say, well, no, it's a little bit different in that you can have the bar on your chest, you can even sink the bar on your chest, but if it appears to be a thrusting or forward motion with the chest rather than just strength, then that's considered heaving.
Yes.
Oh, that's an easy
Very
second
easy
for
second
Gabriella.
attempt for Gabby there. Let's see what she loads on her third.
Lainey's taking a 10 kilo jump to 120. 264 pounds on the bar.
Very good second attempt.
Yep, there's more there on the third. Mackenzie has moved up to 150. Very close to her personal best. 7.5 kilo jump for her. And just shy of the Alberta record as well, which she holds.
Prior to lifting, Mackenzie actually used to be a competitive rugby player, so very cool to see her strength transfer sport to sport.
That probably is an easier transference of strength than some sports. There would probably be a lot of parallels. Nice.
Definitely more left in the tank there.
Definitely more left. I'm pretty sure she's going for that provincial record on her
Definitely.
next. Brittany putting 160 on the bar, 7.5 kilo jump, 352 pounds.
It's a lot of weight.
A lot of weight. We have great bench pressers on both platform 1 and 2 at the moment.
Kubo 3, 2 times body weight.
Oh, nice second.
And 3 white lights. Good lift for Brittany. Yep. So the national record for bench is 165. We'll see what they choose to take for her third attempt there. And we're back to the top of the order for third bench.
Third set of bench press here coming up on the 84 plus female class. Chelsea bumping up to 87.5, I believe. Yeah, nice. Another 7.5 bump for her. And if anything like her first and second is her third, that's still a pretty easy third. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great lifting.
Great bench day for her. And she is 6 for 6 on the day, too.
Nice momentum leading into deadlifts.
Winter with 90K on the bar. 5K bump from her second.
Ready for Winter, then Jenny, then Gabrielle. Ours ready for Lucas.
Good patience through that sticking point. Yeah. 3 white lights, good lift for Winter.
Jenny's up with 95. She missed her second at the same weight. So she's going to try the same weight again. 95 kilos.
Smooth opener for Lucas, 3 whites. Here comes Zach Carlos.
Come on.
Oh, she's so close.
Oh, she was so close.
Unfortunately, not just there on the day. Nice try, Jenny.
Yep. Gabrielle with 100 on the bar for her third and final bench press.
Her previous 2 attempts moved quite fast.
They did. They did. It's a 5 kilo PR for her as well. Nice way to finish bench.
Gabrielle, 220 pounds. Then Nicole and Catherine.
Nope, just a bit too much for her third. Nicole at 107.5, small 2.5 kilo bump. We kind of see now athletes and coaches saying, okay, second went really well, we're going to take a big bump. Second was a bit of a grind, we're going to take a smaller bump.
Here comes Nicole, 237 pounds. Here comes Cole, 182.5 pounds.
This is a 2 kilo PR for her.
Oh.
So she must have a provincial record somewhere if her previous best was 105.5. Well, she gets this.
It's a good third attempt.
Yeah.
And 3 white lights. Good lift.
Catherine up next at 110.
Halfway through third attempts here. Good pacing on platform 2 today.
Absolutely. We have an experienced pair from Saskatchewan. Noah and Dustin do a ton of our platform loading and spotting in Saskatchewan.
It's a good third attempt by Catherine.
Yeah.
3 white lights, good lift.
Sylvie, 112.5 on the bars, 5 kilo jump. She's been having a good day as well. And her third moved really well too. Good lift.
Yeah, I think her best bench in comp was 105, so that's a good PR for her.
That is. Jessica, 115 for her third. 5 kilos higher than her second. And graphics again. I thought it is a Nova Scotia record. She will be bumping or adding to her Nova Scotia record of 110.
And
2 to 1. Good lift.
So yeah, likely maybe a heave from the left judge there.
Gabriella, 120. We are making our way to the end of our third round of bench press.
And just 4 lifters to go here.
And then we will take a short 10-minute break while they set up for deadlift. But we will give you updated standings here at the end of the third round of bench press.
Wow.
Nice third for Gabriella.
I believe her best was 115, so that's a really nice 5 kilo PR for her.
And 6 for, and 5 for 6 on the day.
Still pretty good.
Absolutely.
Laney's going for 127.5 for her third and last bench of the day.
Another 7.5 kilo jump.
I think her best bench prior to this was actually 118 kilos. So.
Oh, wow.
And she did that at NEPFs last year.
That's
so
a big PR jump.
Fortunately, just not there on the day, but still walks away with 120 kilos. A nice 2 kilo PR for her.
Mackenzie's bumped it up another 7.5 kilos, 157.5.
So this would be a new BC provincial record
this
for
is
Mackenzie.
Where she breaks the record, yes. And this is her record?
Yes. Previously stood at 152.5, which she hit in Germany last year at Worlds.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a great third.
Great bench by Mackenzie.
A new provincial record for her.
And she's gone 6 for 6 so far.
Yeah. And there is Brittany, I think, attempting the Canadian national record.
She's
chipping it. Yep, she is chipping the Ontario, thank you. Ontario and Canadian national record of 165. She's chipping it at 165.5.
And she hit this in Sheffield just in January of this year. So very impressive to do these meets back to back and chase these PRs here.
This is a half-kilo PR for her. Given the week she's had, as busy as she's been, this would be awesome. So close.
Unfortunately, just not there on the day, but
so
still
close.
a good bench regardless, ending the day with 160.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so we have finished our bench press for our 84 plus lifters. We'll take a break as we get to our deadlifts here.
We'll take a look at the standings just before we leave you here.
Yeah.
So Brittany's leading the way for the 84 kilo plus, Mackenzie not far behind her, and Lainey in third. For the 84 opens, Jess in first, Christine in second, Marianne in third. But again, Brooklyn and Renew are vying for that podium spot, so stay tuned for a very exciting deadlift session.
We'll be back in 10 minutes.
time do we have? I think, yeah, we're left. All right.
All right, we are back for our deadlift session, our final session of the afternoon, platform 2, here at the 2026 CANPL National Championships. We have our 84K open female lifters with deadlifts. This will give us some indication of where people are going to be placing and what the podium is going to look like as we move forward. Isabel starting with 172.5 on the bar.
Let's go, Jacob. Come on.
Easy
Smooth opener.
Yeah, easy opener for
She's
her.
had a good day so far, going 6 for 6 leading into deadlift, so now 7 for 7. Paige up next, 175 for her opener.
This will go relatively quickly, given that deadlifts does not involve a lot of changing for our loaders and spotters. Nicely done.
Yeah, very
She
smooth.
sets it down very quietly, too.
The boys looking on 2. We're pulling on 2. Here comes Axel.
Axel with 180 kilos here for her opening dead. So you'll see here 2 different kinds of deadlift stances. We'll see a closer stance called the conventional deadlift, and then a wider stance called the sumo deadlift. So really depends on the lifter's comfort and where they feel the strongest, but you'll see a wide variation in stances here today.
You also see sometimes due to physiology, if they have different hip placements, different femur lengths,
For
they
sure.
might decide on one over the other. Keisha with 182.5.
You'll also see different grips too. So Keisha is demonstrating a double overhand hook grip here. Typically good for a nice solid grip where you're kind of holding your thumbs in between the bar and kind of hooking your thumb in between your fingers.
Then we have an over-under. And then we have, I would say, I don't think I've ever seen a double overhand without hooks, especially at heavier weights. I have seen it at lighter weights, which is really interesting. The double overhand hook grip, I know, has become more popular because traditionally, if you can get both hands on the overhand setting, it tends to be easier to come up and lock out. However, I also know, and I'm one of those people, I can't handle the tension on my thumbs.
Yeah.
And especially at the heavier weights. So I've had coaches that have asked me if I want to do that, and I've said, I'll be dropping the bar if you make me do that.
Yeah,
That's not going to happen.
you have to find what works for you.
Exactly.
I had a client that used to do a mixed grip hook grip, so that bar was not moving out of your hands. Marianne with 195 here.
195 for Marianne's opener.
And you'll see
that's
her.
asking for double punishment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you'll see Marianne doing a mixed grip there.
Yep.
One hand over, one hand under.
Because what I've noticed is now, as I've done a number of years in powerlifting with the over-under, is that my underhand, different back muscles are used, just simply based on the grip.
For sure. Christine with a nice 200 kilo opener here.
Sumo stance.
Smooth opener for Christine. 3 white lights, good lift. Renew with 205 for her opener and deadlift.
She is 5 for 6 currently.
And definitely in podium contention.
Absolutely. She's using a conventional stance where the hands are on the outside of the knees and an over-under grip. Nice opener for her.
Very smooth opener. Something to also mention with the deadlifts is you might be wondering what the white powder is on the lifter's thighs. Not to be confused with chalk, these lifters are using baby powder on the thighs to help with less friction on the bar. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn with 207.5 on the bar. And you do not want to, in the back room, get the baby powder confused with chalk.
Yes.
You get baby powder on your hands, you're in trouble.
Eyes loaded for Lucas.
Nice opener.
Great opener for Brooklyn there.
And one of the reasons for what she was doing, people were watching her kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. It's to create tension so that when she does get to the bar, there's lots of tension that she can use on the upward pull. Jessica with 220 for her opener.
Green lights for Lucas. Here comes Zach, 180 kilos. Jessica opening up with 220 kilos. There he goes.
Jess's nickname is also the Canadian forklift, and you'll see why here.
Jessica is what's called a grip it and rip it.
Yeah, great
deadlifter.
deadlift.
She will set up, and then she will take no time in grabbing the bar and getting after it.
And everyone's on the board as we move into second attempts
Which is
here.
awesome. When no one's bombing out, that's awesome to
Yeah.
see. We have not had very many over the week.
These lifters have been doing really well, especially in this session. High hit rates, good attempt selections, good
Absolutely.
execution by these lifters as well.
Isabel with 185 on the bar. This is a 12.5 kilo jump for her. Nice second attempt for her.
And 3 white lights, good lift.
Yep. Paige with also a 12.5 kilo jump to 187.5.
Bars loaded for Cam, bars loaded for Paige. Cam's got 202.5 kilos. Paige has 187.5. Then excellent Paige.
Nicely done.
And a very gentle put down there.
I forget who it was, but one of the larger male weight classes early this week, one of the lifters was setting it down like just a whisper.
Wow.
It was great to see, but
Yeah.
it's not what we normally see, obviously. Axel with 190 on the bar, 10 kilo jump for her second.
And she locks it out.
Absolutely.
3 white lights, good lift.
So no issues so far on first or second. Keisha is attempting 195. Another 12.5 kilo jump, which is probably pretty typical, anywhere in that 7.5 to 15 kilo range for a second attempt for 84s. You might see a little bit less, a little bit more occasionally, but with everybody being successful on their first, they're confident about trying something a little bigger on their second.
Nice. 3 white lights, good lift for Keisha.
Corinne, 207.5. Now she's taking a bit bigger jump, 15
Definitely.
kilos.
Yeah, every lifter is a bit different based on what they're used to in terms of jumps and training, or if they're feeling really good on the day.
It's interesting how some people like big jumps, and other people want to start at the top end and kind of take smaller jumps. Nice and steady. Oh,
And 2 to 1.
a little bit maybe of hitching from the center ref, supporting on the thighs, just a touch. But both side refs saw it as a good lift. Marianne with 210, another 15 kilo jump for this particular lifter. Just shy of her personal best.
The bars ready for
Great second there.
Yeah.
So only 2.5 kilos separate Marianne and Brooklyn right now. So it's going
Very
to be close for third.
Christine coming out with 212.5 on the bar. This would move her ahead of Marianne for second momentarily. Give her a 5 kilo lead in second place over third.
Great second attempt by Christine there.
Done.
Currently in second place. Renew's going to take 220 for her second attempt here.
Big 15 kilo jump for her. Her first move really well. And this would move her up into fourth and within 7.5 kilos of third. So she may be planning a big third attempt here. We don't know. We'll see soon.
Sure.
A little bit too much. Felt like she didn't quite get braced when she was setting up, and then it was kind of loose from the beginning.
Yeah, so we'll see what they take for her third there.
Yeah. Brooklyn also a 15 kilo jump, 222.5 for her second. That would move her just 2.5 behind Christine. So into third place and only 2.5 kilos out of second. So then we would have our second, third, and fourth place finishers 5 kilos apart.
It's going to be a tight race.
Building that tension.
Great second attempt by Brooklyn there.
There you go.
3 white lights, good lift.
Sets her up for whatever she needs to pull for second or third place, depending on what everybody else does. And Jessica is jumping to 232.5, 512 pounds on the bar for her second attempt.
This is the national record attempt for this junior lifter on platform 1.
Let's go, Jacob, come on!
12.5 kilo jump for Jessica. And would give her 561, excuse me, for a total. Nicely done.
Great second by
It
Jess.
almost looked better than her first, to be honest.
All right, so going into third deadlift, we currently have Jess in first, Christine in second, Brooklyn in third, but this is where, you know, everything can change.
Marianne in fourth. So again, 5 kilos separate second and fourth.
Yeah.
We are starting our thirds. The bar will be cleaned between each attempt to give the lifters the equal opportunity.
Isabel with 192.5.
Bar. Come on, Isabel. Nice third. Well done.
And a 9 for 9 day for Isabel.
Yeah,
Great
excellent.
lifting.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more than that. Axel with 200 kilos on the bar, 10 kilo jump for her third and final deadlift attempt.
And this would be a 5 kilo PR attempt for her.
She comes.
She's so close.
Yeah, just got stuck above the knees.
Still a PR total for her today, so great lifting on her
Yes,
end.
yes. Paige attempting 200 kilos for her third and final deadlift. 12.5 kilo jump. This would move her up a couple of places. Into seventh.
All right, Trevor, 237.5 to Oliver.
There we go. Nice nicely done.
Yeah, very
with
patient.
it. Yep, stayed with it.
3 white lights, good lift.
Keisha, excuse me, up 2.5, 7.5 kilo jump.
And just a preview into the forecasted podium here. Again, Jess leads the way. Brooklyn, Marianne, Christine, all within 2.5 kilos.
I know, it's crazy. We'll definitely see some coaches submitting different deadlift attempts here very soon.
Yeah, so you'll see that with these final deadlifts, the coaches can opt to change their final attempt twice. So
Right.
you might see some changes in these third attempts here, especially as we get to the end of this flight, as they jockey for podium position. Can she lock it out? Let's see what the judges think.
Looks good. Oh,
I think there might have been some up and down movement there. Yeah, it looks like the bar was maybe hitching, supported on the thighs.
and all three of them acknowledge that, so.
We can call that a gym PR.
Yeah, the gym PR. So how do you train in the gym? For example, do you train to try and hit PRs in the gym, or do you train simply to build up to the meet?
Myself personally, and when I've been working with my coach, we try to train into the meet.
And that's how I train too.
Yeah.
I rarely train to try and hit a PR in the gym.
Yeah.
Almost never.
Yeah, I'd rather hit a PR on the platform in competition.
Absolutely. Now, some people, especially if you're really young,
Yeah.
the junior lifters, they're hitting PRs every month anyway.
For sure.
So they can't help but hit it.
Nice try, Bicker in there.
Yep.
All right, Renu's going to retake 220 here for her last and final attempt of the day.
She has 5th place thrown up. This would keep her in 5th place.
So close. Nice try, Renu.
Yep. We have our top 4 deadlifters left.
All right.
This should be fun. Let's see.
Again, 2.5 kilos separate second, third, and 4th place. So
Christine with a 10 kilo jump to 222.5. This would be an Alberta deadlift record and an Alberta total record for her.
And it looks like she had just increased it 2.5 kilos.
So we have a change, which puts Marianne up next. We'll see if they put in a change.
So another thing to keep in note is the lifter's lot number. And Marianne also just increased her third deadlift from 225 to 227.5.
So back to Christine now.
So usually the lifter with the lower lot number has to lift first, hence why Christine is lifting 225 here.
12.5 kilo jump, Alberta record for both deadlift and total. Let's see how she does.
So this would bring her projected total to 542.5 kilos. Great patience through that sticking point.
Looks like she's got it.
All right, so she has pulled herself into second. Marianne is going to attempt 227.5 to match 542.5.
So she must have the advantage on body weight.
Yes, so Marianne is 83.01 and Christine is 83.3. So
And what about Brooklyn for body weight?
Brooklyn's body weight is 82. So Brooklyn is the lightest of the three
So
here.
she just has to match the second best total.
Yes.
Okay. So Marianne is going to try and match Christine's total and would then be in second place on body weight. And then we'll see what Brooklyn does.
Wow.
Staying with it. just not enough.
Nice try, Marianne.
Yeah, very nice try. All right, so Brooklyn has to add 15 onto the bar, and then she has to be successful to catch Christine and win second place on body weight.
What a battle.
See, this is the fun part of the meet.
I have goosebumps.
when you get to watch these battles at the end. All right, the bar's been clean.
Bars ready for Brooklyn.
All right, pulling for second place here, and we just saw that Jess increased her third deadlift from 240 to 245.
And I'm wondering if that might be some kind of record, or it might just be something, a total she wants to hit. Maybe it's a total record. Come on, Brooklyn.
Let's go, Brooklyn. Nice try.
Nice try. So we know who our second and third place finishers are.
Yeah.
Christine in second, Brooklyn in third.
At these competitions, it's what you have to load, right,
Yep.
to get on the podium.
Yep. And we'll see what Jessica does with a 12.5 kilo jump to 245. There you go.
National record total.
It's a record total here. Saskatchewan and Canadian record for total. And I believe this isn't that far off her deadlift personal best.
Yeah, her best deadlift is 250.5, so just 5 kilos under. Nice try, Jess.
She took a stab at it.
What a way to wrap up the 84s.
Great session here for the 84s. We will move into the 84 pluses in just a moment. Jessica Bittner is your winner.
And then
Christine second, and then Brooklyn in third.
And then just 2.5 kilos under, Marianne came in fourth place.
Yeah.
So really good battle for the podium for the 84s.
Absolutely.
And our last and final women's flight of nationals.
Yeah.
84 plus kilos here. Gabrielle's going to start us off 160 kilos.
Nice opener for Gabrielle.
3 white lights, good lift.
Winter also opening at 160.
Bars ready, Winter. 160 kilos. Then Chelsea and Jenny.
Smooth opener there. 3 white lights, good lift.
Chelsea opening at 167.5.
Bars ready, Chelsea Lewis.
Speedy.
And Chelsea's now 7 for 7 on the day. Jenny opening at 167.5. Just 10 kilos below her personal best.
Three white lights, good lift.
Jessica, 170 on the bar. All of our 84 and 84 plus lifters have done extremely well.
Come on now, Jessica. 170 kilo opener for her.
3 white lights. Good lift for Jessica.
Catherine also at 170.
Bars ready.
So we'll start to see things get a little more interesting once the first round of deadlifts are done. And coaches and athletes can kind of look at where they're placed and what they need to do to maybe get onto the podium. Catherine's had a really good day. Things move very easily for her.
Definitely 7 for 7. Sorry, yeah, 7 for 7 so far.
Yeah. Sylvie, 190 for her opening.
Sylvie's also had a good day so far. 6 for 6, hoping to go 7 for 7.
Yeah. A number of our lifters are 5 for 6, 6 for 6 today.
Bars ready for Sylvie.
Great opener there. 3 white lights, good lift.
Nicole staying at 190 for her opener.
Another lifter who has gone 6 for 6.
Yeah. There's a trend.
Yeah.
There's definitely a trend here.
These women know how to lift.
Yeah.
Three white lights, good lift. 7 for 7.
Laney going 212.5. This would be a deadlift. Oh, wait, our graphics have changed. It is not a record, not yet. 212.5 for her opener.
Come on, fellas. You gotta light this up. We're out of time. Bars ready.
There we go.
Jury table, platform 1. Report to the jury table.
Smooth opener from Laney. 3 white lights, good lift.
Gabriella with 215 on the bar. Another 6 for 6 lifter.
Yeah, it looks like 10 kilos just separates Laney and Gabby here for the podium.
Okay.
So again, lots can change in these last few deadlifts. Yeah, easy opener for Gabby. She's on the board.
Mackenzie opening at 220.
Here comes Mackenzie live. Bars ready, 220 kilos.
Mackenzie's had a great meet so far.
Another 6 for 6 lifter.
Oh, easy opener.
Nice lockout, Mackenzie.
3 white lights, good lift. Brittany's up next. 260 for her deadlift opener.
And this would be not close to her personal best. What I was going to say is when I spoke to her yesterday morning, she made it clear to me that she was going to swing for 300 on her third.
All right.
Now, unless something happened between now and then, you know, she could be very tired. I mean, that would be understandable. But she talked about going for 300 on her third dead, which would be the world record.
Go here, kid. Take it go.
260 for Brittany.
Great opener for Brittany.
Yeah.
All right, all the women are on the board here as we move into seconds.
And as we look at the board, there will be a fight for third place. Lainey and Gabriella are only separated by 10 kilos.
Yes. It looks like our first and second place have been solidified, but again, lots can change in these last two lifts.
Somebody can make two very big jumps and somebody can miss a lift.
For sure.
So, Gabriella with her second attempt at 167.5.
What do the judges think? 2-1, good lift. So yeah, looked like a bit of hitching at the lockout there, but
which might have been seen by the center ref and
yeah,
not the side refs. Yep.
But still a good lift.
Winter with 170 on the board, a 10-kilo jump for her.
And unfortunately, it looks like the jury has overturned Gabrielle's to a no lift.
I wondered about that because the side refs maybe didn't see from their angle.
Good lift for Winter.
Yeah. Jenny moving up to 175, 7.5 kilos for her second attempt.
Jenny with 175 for her second attempt.
Nice second for Jenny. Come on, lock it out. There you go.
And
Nice.
3 white
Nicely
lights.
done.
Good lift.
Jessica with 180 on the board. 10-kilo jump from her first. She's had a very successful meet so far. Of a grind at the lockout, but
2-1.
Good lift. Again, there might have been a little bit of hitching being seen on the right side.
So we'll keep an eye on the jury and see if they plan to make any changes with that. Chelsea up next, 187.5. A nice 20-kilo jump from her first.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
3 white lights, good lift.
And 8 for 8. Catherine at 187.5, 17.5 kilo jump. Once again, we're going to see those big jumps from first to seconds here. I swear Catherine's bar speed doesn't change no matter what the weight.
Yeah, she's been having a really good day.
Whether it's the first attempt or the third attempt, the bar speed doesn't change. Sylvie with 200 kilos on the bar, a 10-kilo jump for her. Good second.
3 white lights, good lift.
Nicole also with 200 kilos. And this is a Nova Scotia total record. So this is potentially a provincial record for her. 84 plus open total record. Done.
3 white lights, good lift. Lainey up next, 225 for her second.
second.
Solid second attempt there from Laney. 3 white lights, good lift. So Laney currently sits at 580. If Gabby pulls this, she'll be 572.5. So 7.5 kilos again, just separating third place and fourth place.
Oh, look at that. Wow. She's got more. She's definitely got more. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in third place here. Mackenzie bumping up 15 kilos to 235 for her second. Oh, wow. That was a quick second from Mackenzie.
Great second attempt from Mackenzie there.
And Brittany has loaded 280 on the bar. So she's jumping 20 kilos for her second.
Brittany's best deadlift is 285, so we'll see how this moves, and looking forward to what she'll put for her third.
It's a Ontario record, I believe, that she'll break, which is her own. Let's wait and see her.
All right.
280
Let's go,
on the
Brittany.
bar, 20 kilo jump, 617 pounds.
Bars ready for Matthew Gedge.
That moved really quick for a 280.
And it looks like Gabriella increased her dead from 242 to 245.
Right.
Just as a sneak peek, the current world record for the deadlifts in the 84 plus kilo class is 287.5
So
kilos.
she only needs 2.5 to break the world record.
For sure, and
it
that's
would be unofficial, unfortunately. It's a Canadian national championship.
Nonetheless.
But I know. But I remember. I mean, she specifically said on air she wanted to take a swing at 300 kg.
Let's see what
why
she
not?
loads.
Why not? Because you can't break the official world record here, anyways. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Gabrielle taking 167.5. She was called on hitching from her second attempt, so hopefully she can clean that up here for her third. So close. Can she lock it out?
I think she got it. Oh.
And unfortunately, a no lift. Nice try.
Yep. Jenny going for 180 for her third and final deadlift of the day. She had it.
Nice try, Jenny.
Yep.
Mackenzie also increased her third deadlift from 247 to 250.
We're going to see some.
Yeah, just peeking ahead here with Gabby's attempt change. Eileen, so Laney and Gabby's, they're going to tie at 587.5 kilos, but Gabby is a lighter lifter, so she's making a play for third place here.
Exactly.
Good, Jacob.
Winter with 180. Looks pretty good. What did the judges think?
Good third for her.
3 white lights. Good lifting.
Jessica attempting 185. Jessica's had a great day.
And a few provincial records for her as well.
Nova Scotia records and 8 for 8 on the day.
So close.
I'm just worried they're maybe get called for hitching.
Yeah, unfortunately 2 to 1.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose her coach could go and make a case.
Nonetheless, still a great day for her.
Great day for
taking home some provincial records for
Absolutely.
Nova Scotia.
Chelsea with 197.5 on the bar, 10-kilo jump. This would move her up 1 place. Her 3 deadlifts have looked really good.
And 3 white lights and a 9 for 9 day for her.
Catherine with 205 on the bar. This is a 17.5-kilo jump for her 3rd and final attempt. And this would move her up 1 place into 7th. I'm just expecting the bar speed to be given what I've seen.
Yeah, she's had some great lifting today.
Almost the same, very close.
So consistent.
Yeah.
9 for 9.
The bar speed was almost the same.
Congrats, Catherine.
Yeah, great day for her.
Yeah, nice to be on home turf as well.
Nicole with 205 on the bar. She is jumping up 15 kilos for her 3rd. This is a provincial total record. Nope.
Nice try, Nicole.
Yep.
She still went 8 for 9 and a couple of PRs today as well. So great lifting nonetheless. We're on to our last 5 lifters here.
Sylvie at 210, 10-kilo jump. We're getting down to the wire here for our 84-plus female open lifters. Nice 3rd for Sylvie. Oh.
Unfortunately, no lift. Looks like, maybe
again.
some hitching. We'll see if her coach goes to the jury to try and overturn that.
Interesting, yeah.
All right, these last 4 lifters here. So Eileen and Gabrielle are currently fighting for 3rd place right now.
Right.
So if Lainey pulls this, she'll bring her total to 587.5.
Which would make a big jump for Gabriella necessary. Let's see how she does.
And she stands it up.
Yeah, I think she's got it. She does.
3 white lights, good lift. All right, Gabby has to pull 245 now, so this is a pull for 3rd place. Again, bringing her total to 587.5, but she is the lighter lifter, so just looking to pull on body weight here.
A 15-kilo increase from her previous attempt. This will tie her with Lainey and would give her the 3rd place finish on body weight.
So close. Nonetheless, she had a really good day.
She did.
8 for 9, couple PRs.
So we know who our finishers will be. Lainey will finish in 3rd place, Mackenzie in 2nd, and Brittany in 1st. So we'll just get a little bit of excitement here as we figure out what Brittany is going to pull for her 3rd and final attempt. Mackenzie with 250 on the bar, 15-kilo increase, a huge deadlift for her.
Yeah, this would match her all-time best.
Oh, that's too easy.
Wow.
Just the lockout. There you go. Wow.
A 9 for 9 day for Mackenzie.
And a big total. A big 660 total.
And a few provincial records for her as well.
Yes.
All right.
She
I'm
put
gonna
it in
stand up
there,
for
I
this.
told you.
All right, so this is the heaviest deadlift of all time that any woman in the IPF has ever pulled. Based on her first 2 attempts, this is well within her reach. The world record is 287.5, so this would be an unofficial world record and a new Canadian national record deadlift.
12.5 kilos above her personal world record.
300 kilos, 661.4 pounds. Everyone's
crazy.
on their feet here.
This is crazy.
Once she starts pulling, you start screaming.
Oh, she had it too.
So close.
She had it.
So close. Definitely well within reach for her.
Oh, the strength was there for sure.
Yeah. Nonetheless, great lifting from all of our
wow.
ladies in the 84 and 84 kilo plus division.
So we are going to wrap up things up. Go ahead.
So Brittany is taking first place, Mackenzie in second, and Eileen Laney in third. And then for our 84s, Jess in first, Christine in second, and Brooklyn in third.
So we're going to wrap things up. We are going to say goodbye. Platform 2 is finished for the day. Platform 1 is continuing with deadlifts. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it immensely. I've been doing this all week. It's been great.
It's been
and
fun.
we will sign off here.
All right, take care.
Yep.